Okay, so I'm just gonna show you guys some of the cool stuff I picked up down there. It tells a lot about the culture. So where to begin? These are the plaques that I had. We call them plaques, right? Or no, that's what everyone calls them. I guess our name tags. Pretty beat up, yellow, gross. We put stickers on the back. It's fun. I lost this one twice, like for 3 weeks at a time, and they miraculously found its way back. I was given this. This is a real police badge by a crazy alcoholic that didn't even know he gave it to me, probably, but his wife said it was okay. You know, cool souvenir that you wouldn't get anywhere else. This is very interesting. Now this is a miniature of a larger scale. Now this is a tortilla press. So this would be the traditional press. You'd roll up your dough and the corn masa in your hand. You'd stick it right here on the center. They'd usually have plastic, right? And then you'd close it and then you'd press it. And then you'd pull out your tortilla. So they actually use these a lot up where I was on the side of the volcano. So there's a tortilla press, pretty cool. They use this for salsa. It's called a molcajete. It's like a mortar and pestle, but they make salsa in this a lot. They'll grind up the peppers and the different things in it, and then set this right in the center of the table, and everyone will get their salsa out of it. It's really neat. So these little dolls, I have a bunch of them here. These are interesting. So they have around Christmas time, it's actually Los Reyes, the Three Kings celebration in the 6th of January. They bake bread in wreaths and they shove little plastic dolls in them, which is really interesting. And then they have a cutting, I guess, festival, a party, and everyone comes and they cut into the wreath. And then they cut off a section as big or as small as they want. But if they get and then everyone starts eating. And so if you get one of these dolls, then you have to make the tamales for the celebration on the 6th. So it's a really interesting way to do that. And as you can see, I lost a lot of times. But I didn't have to make any tamales, but I did because it was fun. This is called a trompa. Or a trompo. I don't remember if it's masculine or feminine, but it's a toy. So this is a top, and it has a string inside, and you'll wind it up, and you'll throw it down, and it'll spin on its point. And actually, there's lots of really cool tricks, just like a yo-yo that you can do with this. Because if you stick the string under it, it'll actually ride your string up. It's a really well-balanced little toy, and a lot of them play with it. If you can get good at it, I mean, it's pretty fun. So it's called a trompo. I got this from someone down there. It's a portrait of the La Virgen de Guadalupe. So it's not really the Virgin Mary, but it is, but no one's really sure. And they kind of worship, they basically worship this idol. Don't know how else to put it. I mean, it's kind of like a saint, but they kind of elevate her kind of above God because they're like, she came first and God is the son of her. Anyways, they gave me this as well as a rosary, which was pretty cool. So I actually have these, I have these Catholic souvenirs. The money is pretty cool. They have cool little cutouts here. And, you know, see-through parts and security measures. And so, you know, their money is pretty cool. This is 100 pesos. Here, now this is interesting. This is actually a mission office tool. So they'll put your picture up, you know, they'll put it up on a wall, and they'll have all the missionaries in the mission put up there, and they'll have them grouped with their companion, and they'll have them in a district inside of a zone, and they'll have it all organized, and during changes they'll just move your picture on the board so that they can keep track of who's where and what and how, and they list your areas on the back, you know, what time you're coming in and leaving. This bar changes the color, you know, depending on when you came and when you're leaving. The little stickers to denote if you've been a district leader or a zone leader, whatever. We gave out little cards, you know, to the members and the people, converts. It was really interesting, like little business cards, and one of the members paid for me to get these, and so I was able to, you know, hand these out with my Facebook name, my address, mailing address, my email, and so they could reach me afterwards. And a lot of times you can't find them on Facebook. They don't have Facebook accounts. They don't have an email account. They don't have addresses. Are horrendous down there. Like, you know, you'll be walking down a street and this house will be number 4 and the next one will be 257. And then the one after that will be numbered 17. And so the numbers don't, they don't add up. So getting mail down to them is incredibly hard. Them to us is better. And that's why, you know, we had, you know, lots of different cards. You could design one, you could take one down. But something to consider, you know, it makes it easy to hand to a convert so they can contact you later. You know, the members are really loving. You know, I got some cool souvenirs. They hand embroidered these, you know, I don't know what you'd call them, but tablecloth things, you know, with their names on it and the times that I was there. And this as well. So they're very handy people down there in Mexico. So they like to make things. They like to sew, embroider, kind of traditional, I guess. The women work a lot with the men and what they're doing. I got the typical, like, you know, poncho. That's whatever. I'm not going to pull it out for you, but this is a panoramic picture of the area I was at. This is the inactive volcano, and this is the active volcano. And I was up on the side of it for one of my, you know, areas. And the other was here. This was my area. This is a Meca. And so you could look it up, you know, on the internet, and you'd find it, actually. So that's no longer, I believe, in the Southeast Mission. This would now be part of the Chalco Mission. So if you're watching this and it's the Chalco Mission, if you're lucky, you can go here. I got a map of the city at one point. I mean, just to blow your mind. It's like it is crazy. And it's not super organized either. It's like streets that go all different directions and flavors, and, you know, it goes way beyond this map. Like, yeah, I mean, the city extends way beyond this. This is just like the main part. So it gets to be a pretty crazy place. But I would say, yeah, those are the kind of the cool things that I brought back. I mean, there's more, but didn't want to bring them all. You know, got a sombrero, got a little guitarro, and just, I mean, it was a lot of fun. So the culture is different. It's very friendly. People are very open. But I would say, yeah, bring back some memories, you know, tangible memories.